Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Plastic Adventures show. Is it a podcast anymore? It's a show.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got a bunch of news and stuff to get on. I think we're just going to get right the heck into it and a really interesting discussion topic coming up later. So, boy, it has just been like one of those weeks. Tons of stuff. We had the canceled New York Toy Fair, which meant that you had Neca and a few other companies that were doing their own independent reveals of products, and I mean we're just loaded with news. It's been like the second coming of Toy Fair.
Yeah. Either way,
we got all the reveals that Toy Fair should give us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And this week has been like, you want to call it a second. It's like second Christmas almost, because the reveals this week were insane, and I don't even think we caught all of them. There were just so many reveals.
It is like exhausting if you go on to Toy Arc, Toy News Eye, any of those websites that do like multiple toy line coverage. They're just jammed. There's just so much, yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, and all of it is like, except for maybe one or two things I saw, all of it is just really good.
Yeah,
really good. And every time you saw it, some new reveal, like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
I got to start earning some commission again. This is going to be rough. Very, very rough. I never thought I'd get plasma, but
take it all.
Yeah, we'll leech for toys. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
So let's
get
just
started.
Get into it. Yeah. So we'll start off at like one of the first things I saw. So Marvel. So Hasbro did a reveal earlier this week on Monday with their Marvel lines, and there were a ton of figures that were announced in this new Marvel series, and they were all good. But I focused on one. I know there was a whole bunch, but one I really focused on, and it was Storm.
Yeah, in that special packaging, it looks like a VHS cassette.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, and they have like the Wolverine, and isn't it Jubilee that's
Jubilee and Mr. Sinister, but now there's just a whole slew of them that are coming.
No big surprise there.
No, but it's just amazing. But like I said, the one that I focused on the most, or the one that caught my eye the most, was Storm, because she is in her full body white uniform with the billowing like white wing. They weren't really wings, but they
like
were
the flight, simulating flight,
which was my absolute favorite version of Storm from the 90s cartoon. Right, it's my favorite. And so when I saw that and the big white hair, I was like, I'm not normally a Marvel guy, but that one and the Wolverine from the last reveal were like, oh man, if I see those, I have to pick them up. Those are have to pickups if I see them.
Yeah, well, and I mean, we got two great Wolverines that were shown. Just recently, we got that Toy Biz inspired 90s X-Men Wolverine in the VHS style.
Yep.
But then there was like a modern Wolverine, and I think in the comics they're doing this funky thing where his claws heat up.
Really?
Yeah, because the claws on the figure is just insanely good. But the claws are not just that silver metal deco. They're sort of like translucent, and they've got a red effect to them, like the metal's heating up. So
interesting.
Like Wolverine needed another superpower other than being like a super badass, like lone wolf guy that heals and is grouchy and drinks beer all the time.
I can heal, and I have 6-inch claws. What else do I need?
Yeah,
nothing really.
It makes about as much sense as them letting Superman have a big Ziploc of justice off of his chest. But it is a tremendously sculpted figure, and it's got these extra points of articulation in the shoulders, so he can do that thing like cross the hands over. But that's just tip of the iceberg, man.
I do, yeah. And all the Marvel ones looked really good. And it's going to be I think it's probably going to be one of their better lines, and I love that they're focusing on the 90s style cartoon.
They know who's buying the product.
Yeah, so it's really good. But okay, moving on to the next one, because there's just so much to cover.
Too much.
Yep. Masters of the Universe Revelation shows that there is Merman coming in whatever the next wave is going to be. And if you saw the cartoon, he is extremely cartoon accurate, even with a scar over his eye. So,
yeah, and the big X on his chest.
Yeah.
That merman, for some reason, to me, reminded me of like some green alley cat.
I don't know.
Like this 15-year-old alley cat that somehow survived that long they smoke and they got an eye patch to steal a little bit of that joke.
But he wasn't the merman from our era. He wasn't. No, he talked like a pretty rough dude, and he looked like he'd been through some crap. So this merman's actually kind of interesting.
It's super awesome. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this one. But the big news for Masters of the Universe was Wave 9. Is it Wave 9 or Wave 6?
Origins, I believe it's
Wave 9 Origins, Wave 6 for Masterverse. Okay, so Wave 9 was a good reveal because it's putting out a figure that a lot of us never had a chance to get, and if you try to find him today, he's damn near next to impossible.
$200.
So King Randor is going to be in this wave, and he looks, except for the added articulation, just like the one that was from the 80s.
Looks terrific.
Yeah, he's beautiful. And so also in this line is Whiplash, comic version, Trapjaw.
Yeah, the green Trapjaw.
Yeah, with the gray arm and things like that.
Yeah, and then you get one of the characters from Sunman.
Coming for that one. Yep. So that's wave 9 for Origins, and then wave 6 for Masterverse is Fisto.
Yeah.
He looks really good. Battle Armor He-Man, because apparently we don't have enough of those.
Yeah, and here's the weird thing. When they announced this, or when this news broke, for starters, I think it was news that they lifted off of somebody else here on YouTube who has a show and revealed this, but we just have names. We don't have official looks because they gave us Masters of the Universe Classics images. So that Battle Armor He-Man was just a Motu Classics He-Man, but I am pumped for Masterverse Battle Armor He-Man.
I can't wait to see what he looks like.
That'd be terrific. Then they got the Viking and
the Barbarian
He-Man and Skeletor coming soon too. Yeah,
gosh, there's just so much good Masters of the Universe coming. So much.
God.
You just give it to me now. But Sunman, a lot of people are really excited about Sunman this time around, and justifiably so. I think he's a pretty cool character
in Masterverse, right? Sunman,
he's coming in Masterverse.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. He's going to have a bunch of extra accessories and maybe a additional head sculpt or something that doesn't look like a meme.
Yeah, but that's another exciting one. And then Frosta from She-Ra.
Oh yeah.
They're throwing in a She-Ra character in this Masterverse, which means, are we going to see more She-Ra in the Masterverse? Are we going to see She-Ra herself? Are we going to see Hordak? Are we going to see any updated versions of these characters?
Frost is a weird choice.
It is a weird choice.
You think for jumping off, unless Masterverse is a full-on years planned down the line commitment. To come in with a weird sub-character, I mean, that would have been like doing Rio Blast before Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what their plan is, but, I mean, so far, I don't think we've really been let down on the toy reveals.
No, they're gonna kill it. And did you know that Masterverse won Toy of the Year?
Did it really?
It did.
Sweet.
I mean, there's some sort of international federation of self-important toy people that vote on this. And Masterverse was the Toy of the Year.
Well, I said before, it really doesn't matter what you think of the cartoon, if you're there, if you like it, if you didn't like it, or whatever, because the toys themselves are phenomenal.
Yeah,
they are excellent releases. They rival the classics, in my opinion. In some ways, surpass them.
I think so too.
So I think the Masterverse toys, whatever the cartoon is, doesn't matter. The toys are rocking. They are top-notch toys, and they should be making everybody happy. So that doesn't make that it really not a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, really, apparently the only people getting pissed off about Masterverse are the ones that bought the classics and are mad because there's radder toys than classics.
Way better, so much better. But okay, so moving right along because we got a lot of them. Transformers. There's some Transformers news with the Laserlight Optimus Prime and the Galvatron. With that, it was initially revealed that they were going to have this battle damage look to them and things like that, and fans were really not digging it. They were not feeling it. No. So they released that they listened to the fans and they said, yeah, we're taking that away. We're going to give you the Galvatron you want and the Laserlight Prime.
Oh no, they're going to save some costing on paint apps, which is really just airbrushed charcoal color on the figures. Why the hell do you want that? Yeah, they're
But either way, they're not going to give that to us. They're going to give us the ones that we want.
That's fine. Please do. Thank you, Hasbro.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to me. Just me.
Just us. Nobody else. Okay, Hasbro, along that line, also announced that the Mandalorian retro line is getting some updates. We saw some packaging details on that. So we
Yeah.
get Boba Fett, who is in his new look,
Yeah,
right?
with like the
His
black
old new
robes.
look.
Yeah.
Yep, his black robes. We're getting Ahsoka, which I'm an Ahsoka fan. I love Ahsoka, um, and I think that her new series is going to be really rocking. So I think
Probably.
this retro one is going to be one to
Probably.
get.
I never watched the Clone Wars. It's okay. I like Star
It's
Wars.
all right. It's all right. I've already laid into him about that, but but the figures themselves are super cool, and they fit right in with the rest of the retro lines. So I'm definitely excited for those ones.
Mandalorian Wave 2. Now,
Yep.
if they're going to keep this up and keep us starved of the next like retro release for Return of the Jedi, can we please get a Mando season 2 Luke?
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not going to happen,
Yoda.
man. It's not going to happen.
Come on, man.
No, it's not going to happen until next year.
I would buy.
I told you it's not going to happen until next year because next year is the anniversary for Return of the Jedi.
We'll get Jedi Luke.
We're going to get
Return of the
Jedi stuff is going to be coming out of our ears next year.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
just wait. It'll come.
As long as it's just our ears.
It's coming, trust me. But also in the retro Star Wars line, IG-88 and Dengar.
Mm-hmm.
So those were
Pre-ordered.
surprises. Those came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought we were done with the Empire Strikes Back retro line, and boom, there's two more. It's going to be a 2-pack with the packaging that looks just like the rest of the figures.
Yeah, apparently Amazon exclusive. And it's not bad. I think it's $29.99 for the 2-pack, which
$27.99.
or 27, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it puts you right there. I mean, these retros are what, like they're the next line hitting Walmart with all of these shipping based increases instead of $9.99, you know they're going to be $11 or $12.99. So it's a great deal.
Well, that's a topic coming up in the news. We'll get to that
Okay.
one.
Let's
But yeah, so anyway,
Can't wait.
IG-88, Dengar, Ahsoka, and Boba Fett. But then there was also one that somebody was pointing out that Bo-Katan Kryze is also getting one too, and they showed the packaging for that one. So that's another one that's pretty excited to come for that retro line. And you know me, I'm a fan of that. I'm a big fan of that retro line. I love the retro.
Yeah, I know.
figures.
I couldn't buy off on Retro Mando. They're good figures. I just, for some reason, the kid in me and how I display these things, it just doesn't work for what I wanted.
Well, I mean, every collector has to have boundaries, things that they will do, things that they won't do, where they draw the line, and sometimes that line
I'd
keeps
like
getting
to
pushed.
find mine. Yeah.
But we all kind of have that, so I get it. Okay, so another Transformers cartoon was announced. I don't know if you saw this.
Come on, man.
I
Are
got
we
it.
doing this?
I've got to
Are
say
we
it.
doing
I'm
this?
Bots.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's called, bots.
It's called Bots, and I know it's not for me. It's definitely not aimed at me.
Just you?
And no, well, anybody really. Well, no, I'm not going to say anybody because, like we've said before, if it brings
the money in,
if it brings the younger generations in, it's doing its job.
But it's getting its own cartoon.
Yes, I know. And the cartoon
And
is not
Optimus
good.
Prime's a cup of coffee. Coffee Miss Prime. Look it up.
Optimus Prime.
Look at all these Optimus Primes up there. I am not gonna have. Never mind. I'll
You're
probably
gonna
buy
get
a
it.
Coffee Miss Prime. God damn it.
Damn you, Hasbro.
Jeez.
Bots. It
So
sounds like something like a kid who's barely learning how to talk. Bots.
But
Anyway.
instead of being used like awesome things like a car, it's like a pack of McNuggets or something.
A soccer ball.
Great value breakfast
ice cream
sandwiches. Yeah.
Anyway.
You'll never find this other Autobot. He transforms into a box of contraceptives.
Ow. Whoa, that went.
Nobody likes that guy. He's a real dick.
All right, so yeah, I got that.
Yeah. It was so unfunny. He just skips it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to stick with Star Wars. I'm jumping
Sure.
around. a little bit.
Sorry.
No. So I saw some other things in that line. So the Armorer is also getting a figure, and so is Beskar Armor Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
cool designs.
Yeah.
They're neat figures. I like them. Just
Let's see here. In the rumor for the vintage collection report, the numbers for 6-inch Dengar, 6-inch Nien Num, in 6-inch scale, but not necessarily 6-inch low gray Ewok, and my favorite of this rumor, Leia in the Bespin gown that she
cool.
wore
Okay.
on Cloud City.
So this is what they're calling the vintage collection. Is this is like the Black Series on the vintage cards?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
kind of like just a blown up version of what they're doing with the like $13 or $14 4-inch figures.
Exactly. Let's see. Do I have other Star Wars before I go into the next one? Okay, no. So the next one we're gonna get into. Okay, we'll do some other ones real quick. Neca. Neca had a slew of announcements this week as well.
Dude, where do you even start?
Well, I picked one. I picked one because it's one that I probably will look for. The other ones were really good too. I'll let you talk about them if you remember what they were. But the one that really stuck out for me was Neca Alf.
Yeah, 100%. That's my number one. Neca Alf.
What's his name? Gordon Shumway from the Alf.
And it looks
TV series.
awesome.
It looks great. It looks really good. The face sculpt is really good. Neca just knocks it out of the park with their
sculpts. I will assume that this does not come with a cat that the figure can consume.
A half-eaten cat.
Yeah, half-eaten cat.
Oh God. Let's see. What other ones did Neca release?
Man, they're doing the Secret of the Ooze 4-pack.
That's right.
So you miss out on the ultra hard to get like Turtles 2-packs or Turtle single packs from the 1990 movie. Well, you're getting another opportunity. This is going to be a 4-pack, and it's going to be $100,000, and it's going to sell out in 2 seconds on their website. Yeah. But you're getting the chance.
Yep.
So that was a big one, but also, I mean, there's tons. They're doing the Crooked Ninja Turtle Gang. Do you remember that from the cartoon? And they're like, the turtles are robbing people, and they got like these paper bags over their heads or something, and they're like, "Who are you guys? We're the Crooked Ninja Turtle Gang, and don't forget." Well, I guess the turtles are crooks now.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of those guys coming out. You got some of the Rock Soldiers, but probably number one on many people's list, really sweet, like animated version of Usagi Yojimbo, and it looks awesome. It looks like he comes with a cloak.
That's the biggest one on my list. I'm an Usagi Yojimbo fan. I love him to death. And
didn't they bring him through some kind of dimensional doorway?
They did, yeah. He's from another dimension.
Now, double check, guys. Go on to Toy News Eye or Toy Arc and look for yourselves. But I swore I saw something. It might have been a prop or something else. But there was it looked like a dimensional doorway accessory, and he was in his cloak. So maybe this ultimate figure has this. There was tons to peer over, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I mean, it looked like a hell of a playset.
But still, just the fact that we're going to get Usagi Yojimbo is enough to make me just want to run out and get it.
Boy, they just killed. I mean, there was so much, and I'm forgetting way more than what they showed. But it was just overwhelming. So much awesome stuff coming out of NECA.
Well, I think the biggest release or the biggest news this week is what happened today.
This morning.
Yes. So there was a lot of news. You know, we talked about vintage Star Wars. We talked about retro Star Wars. But G.I. Joe, I think, was the headliner for this week. Because G.I. Joe Classified came out with a bang today. Huge bang.
And I mean, after that last Fan First Friday that was a few weeks ago, we're a little bit disappointed. They showed a lot of the stuff that, we knew about, and it wasn't anything overly special. They went above and beyond on this one.
This was not the Transformers Fan First. Let's put it that way, where everything was a redeco
of
something else.
Yeah.
No, this is all brand new stuff. So, and confirmation of things that we knew were coming down the line. So first, we'll go with the confirmation ones of Sergeant Stalker. We got to see his packaging.
Dude, he looks so awesome.
He looks great, and the biggest thing is that shawl, that scarf.
Yeah, you can take it off.
You can take it off, and he can look just like the old figure. But you put it on, and he just has that. I don't know. He just looks like a badass when you put that thing on.
I mean, the paint apps look like a little bit more drab than the original Stalker, so he's not like bright green with
exactly
hunter green camo spots. He's like a deeper. I don't want to say pine green, but it's more of a blue gray green.
Yeah.
His backpack looks rad. It's like this. It's like this gun case that has ammo on it, and it just tucks in like a. It looks like a holster or like an old. Like the scabbards that went on the back from the cowboy era when you had your 30-30.
I didn't see his backpack.
Oh yeah. I don't know. You can't.
I need to go look.
Yeah,
But either way,
anyways,
though,
check it out, guys. It looks pretty cool.
The accessory he comes with are really cool.
I'm like all jazzed about a holster.
Well,
it's
I think
cool, man.
G.I. Joe backpacks should be made to hold their weapons.
Yeah.
That should be a given, and I don't know why more of them are not. But either way, the weapons that he comes with are awesome, and he comes with a larger version of the one that he was initially released with the 3 3/4.
Yeah, that gun. It looks like there's an ammo clip that pops in there.
Pops into it.
Yeah.
And his beret comes
off. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to see Stalker with no beret. But either way, that looks good. And then we got to see...
If you see Stalker, it's probably too late.
True. Yeah. He's always watching. He's got his eye on you. The twins, the Crimson Twins, they showed us those. Tomax and Xamon. And it looks like...
Good reveals, nice colors.
Yeah, the box is what you think it should be. It goes in line with the rest of the classified stuff. Nothing really too important to show about Tomax and Xamon, other than the fact that it's Tomax and Xamon. They're just cool as hell.
Did you see if they had that cool like grip accessory that you could run a line of string through?
It does not look like it does from the pictures, but I don't know. They may
I'm just curious because they were like circus acrobats or gymnasts or something in the original cartoon. And the toys came with this grippy thing. That
I know.
You could...
Yeah, I have that. I don't know, and I only remember it from the commercial.
Yeah,
like that was it. And then after that, I never used it.
Yeah, they're too busy getting rich. They don't need a zip line.
But one thing I did notice, and I don't know, maybe others knew this. I did not, even though I was a G.I. Joe fan for a long time. They showed Tomax's last name on.
Oh yeah. So I don't know where this came from because I don't remember the original file cards having their last name.
Mm-mm.
That last name sort of surfaced in the IDW comics, and I want to say it was a run or two in, and I don't know if it was the Chuckles miniseries or limited series or what, but that last name I think was a device of post 2000 in the comics. Yeah, so you're right to not remember it because yeah.
And so I guess that's his last name now,
Paoli.
Either way, really cool. Looking forward to those figures. And the 3-pack Vipers. Yeah, with the muted reds and blues and stuff. The Army Builder Vipers.
Well, did we miss some of the other reveals? Or
no, we're moving on to those. Okay. That's the ones that I think are the biggest ones that I want to end with. All right, so classified series G.I. Joe still had way more to show us today. What is it? Tiger Force Bazooka.
Yeah.
Tiger Force Bazooka 6-inch.
It's Bazooka.
White jersey, big number 14 on it. He looks but he looks good. He looks muscular.
Was dirty.
He looks muscular. He looks good. He looks like a bazooka that I would want. And
for these Tiger Force reveals, it just means that we're that closer to having an original one. Like, exactly. Those Tiger Force will all be Target exclusives, and Walmart and everywhere else will probably get the traditional looking one, or maybe might be released on the retro cards.
Maybe, who knows? But it's a good sign that we're getting these figures.
Yeah.
So we might see a red shirt bazooka in the future.
I ain't bitching there. It's a great figure.
It is a great figure. Another one is the Zorana. Mm-hmm. Zorana is obviously Zartan's sister, which makes me think that in the next wave we're going to see Xandar. Yeah, we have to see Xandar if they're giving us Zorana. Yeah. She looks really good. I know that they're trying to
change.
She did.
Okay, so I wonder if these toys are going to have that, or if that'll be some deluxe like con exclusive.
Probably con exclusive. Okay. Whatever the next Comic-Con is. But I'm okay with the standard version.
Dude, you guys have to see this Zorana figure. It is so freaking awesome.
It is really good.
Is insane.
It's kind of, it's like whoever they got doing these sculpts, like they knew what you were seeing when you were playing with the figure back in the day, right? Like even though it wasn't quite what you had in your hand, this is what you were seeing in your mind.
And their heads aren't comically oversized to their body in some cases.
No. And her hair looks good. It doesn't look like it's that weird mohawk, half mohawk
this
thing.
Is like some kind of like trash pixie kind of haircut that she's got.
She's phenomenal. And what I also like what they're doing is that I know that they're trying to put a female presence in each of the waves going out. So
that's good.
Zorana was a good pick for that, I think.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, aside from the Baroness, she was probably like the most effective She's not Cobra, but enemy
close.
soldier. I mean, she's the one that snuck everybody into the Joe base to liberate Serpentor.
Yep.
Because Lieutenant Falcon is having a little hard time with his discipline there.
Good Don Johnson.
Love that. I love that. He hates it. I love Don Johnson.
I can't stand Don Johnson as Lieutenant Falcon. But whatever. Okay, the next up for classified was Crimson Guard.
Boom.
Yeah, right. They could have ended with that, or just been like, we're just doing this for this wave, and everyone would have been happy. But we have more on top of this.
Yeah.
But the Crimson Guard is truly faithful to that 3 3/4 inch figure.
Yeah, and the red plastic is super deep.
Yeah.
It's not some like knockoff ugly translucent red. I mean, it is a deep like burgundy wine red kind of a color, and it looks, the silver just pops on that figure.
He just looks so good. I wonder if we'll have an alternate head. So we'll have Sora's mask.
Yeah, or if the mask was removable, but
or something.
Judging on the pictures, it would be a very small head under that mask. So, but that might be kind of neat. I'd like an alternate head sculpt.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at him, I mean, and you look at the 3 3/4 figure next to it, it's just phenomenal. Oh my gosh, and that big silver cobra.
I mean, so all of these. There was something that we were discussing before we came on tonight, and that's that this whole like neo future, like short future upgrades that these Joes have gotten have just, I mean, it's almost washed completely out of the line. I mean,
we've gone back to the 80s
ultra faithful updates of the original 80s figures, which I'm tickled pink about.
Yeah, which means I think maybe down the line we'll get some of the figure, like we've already got a Roadblock, right? They redid Roadblock. I'm assuming we're going to get a better Scarlet and a better Duke.
Yeah, well, at some point, yeah.
We got a better Snake Eyes when they released him with Timber.
And these were all really good figures too.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, like the aesthetic of the line has taken a sharp, like almost a 90-degree turn.
Yep.
And we are back to 80s Joe designs. It's probably because there's so many of us 80s Joe freaks out there that are, standing at Target at 7:40 in the morning, waiting 20 minutes for them to open the door so you can go in and get it.
And you gotta run to the
that's aisle. Bryson's game right there.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's like the scene out of Jingle All the Way. I gotta get the Turbo Man.
That's my cookie.
That's what I remember. Poor baby.
All right. Python Patrol Trooper.
Yeah,
that's another one. Holy cow!
Just looks cool.
Well, it's the Tiger Force Python Patrol, thing that's going on there.
Target waves. Mm-hmm.
But does he look beautiful? Yeah, he does. He looks phenomenal. Will I ever see him? Probably not. But if I ever do, wow, I'll be so happy.
They've been good, and there's going to be a Python Crimson Guard coming too.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about all this is all of these Python Patrol and Tiger Force releases. You know that they're going to see release in their original colors. Yep. So it's great.
Mm-hmm. And if to see this guy, the officer the trooper in his regular colors is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So speaking of Tiger Force,
Recondo.
Yep. Hello, oh my gosh. Dude. So that dude is awesome. One of my favorite figures as a kid.
Me too. He's got the rolled up hat on the side.
Yep.
He reminds me of Jesse Ventura from Predator. I just ain't got time to bleed.
I just always thought he was from like as a kid. I always thought he had he would get down in the dirt, get dirty in the jungle, but he still had kind of a flair that I thought was just kind of interesting. Before I saw him in the cartoon, I always pictured him kind of like, I don't know, kind of like an Alan Quartermain type of character, you know what I mean?
Alan Quartermain, damn, that's a callback right there. I know exactly what you're talking about. What the hell
I don't know if other people do.
What was that guy's name that played him? Richard something or other. I remember that, Sharon Stone. They didn't like her. They didn't like her on set, so they all peed in the pool that she had to swim in. It's an interesting Hollywood story.
But his design, very faithful to the Tiger Force release.
Yeah.
But when we see him in his original colors, this figure is really going to pop.
Yeah, it's badass.
He is so good looking. He's so cool. And that handlebar mustache.
Woo, but this guy, you see the figure, and you just know this guy lives in some stinky, hot, sweltering jungle somewhere, and he tolerates shit that the other guys would not tolerate.
Nope.
Roadblock would be begging to go back to the kitchen.
Yeah, I remember his file card said something to that respect of him living in the jungle.
Yeah, super awesome figure.
But then my probably like in my top 3 favorite action figures of all time was Dusty. And they are giving us classified Dusty, and he looks like the cartoon, like
knocked out of the park again.
The head sculpt alone. Did you see the head sculpt? Look at that. It's just
Yep.
Holy
and
crap.
the detailing on these figures. The original figure, he just had like these globs of brown.
Yeah.
On there. This one has this really subtle, like washed brown desert camo paint on the face. Just a terrific looking figure, and I mean, it is like, again, straight out of that cartoon. No neo future thing. It just like boom right.
And
out of the cartoons.
he's one that I desperately want from this reveal.
And with any luck, he'll come with that like bullpup style
gun with the
machine
tripod.
gun. Yeah.
And that big backpack with the double canteens on the back, and just please
get thirsty out there in the desert.
I know. But he's a beautiful figure again. Once again, it's just the desert camo is beautiful.
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, if you guys are watching this right now, stop. Go look at these reviews or these reveals. It's crazy. I mean, come back later, but like after you've seen them, and and then you like have to get a sandwich or something too, because I know you people, you're me people.
And you're gonna look at them and go, "My God, they're right. They're so beautiful."
They are. I'm gonna leave right now and go look at them on another.
All right,
computer.
let's go. We'll come back. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Okay, two more reveals for the G.I. Joe classified line, and then we'll get to the big reveal. I'll try to get through this. Dr. Mindbender, yay! Yes, I mean,
I can't believe it.
He's
looks like Dr. Mindbender.
I mean, he's got the
this
silver cod piece. Like, if there was ever, like, like people would, like, they would look at our figures and they would say, there's some homosexual overtones in these figures, and you look at them like, shut up, no, there's not. And then you grow up and then you look at Dr. Mindbender and go, shit.
I mean, he's
there's some homosexual overtones in these figures.
Yeah. I mean, like Toolbox kind of Police Academy type thing. But okay, so what's with Dr. Mindbender? So he's a doctor, right? He's not a combatant.
I thought he was an what is it when he was growing up, like a dentist?
I don't know, but Dr. Mindbender's like the most cut.
Oh, that's true. The dude is pretty ripped for a doctor.
Psychological warfare badass dude. I mean, he's wearing this awful gimp suit with a metal codpiece.
Just call me Dr. Guns.
And the monocle. I've got the monocle on.
Okay, but look at the figure, though.
It's perfect. The figure's perfect, but I've never understood Dr. Mindbender.
No. Is he going to come with that weird attachment that he has?
What is that?
That's why I thought he was a dentist. Like this thing where he's like,
he drills like that long in scale.
I don't know what it is, but
it doesn't turn. It's God. No wonder Cobra troops are so pissed off. Their dental plan sucks.
This Dr. Mindbender, I am your dentist.
Looks like we need a root canal. Yeah.
That tooth got to go.
And judging on how bad the Cobra troopers shoot, I mean, they're probably just.
Well, that's why they all wear masks.
They're in it for the drugs. Are they British?
Well, I don't know. They should be.
Dude, hey, we need to know this. It's your fault, Austin Powers. That are they just afraid because it looks like they got a mouthful of piano keys, or are they crackheads? And there's only a couple left.
I don't know, but Dr. Mindbender looks good for what he is. I mean, in all of his purple codpiece, silver codpiece glory, he's a good figure. But the thing that really stands out is
he looks like he's from Flash Gordon.
But look at that face sculpt;
it's great.
They
even have a translucent monocle over one eye.
And they said during the broadcast today that it magnifies his eye, so he looks like his eye is bigger than the other eye.
Oh, so they didn't have to pull any sloth from Goonies action and just sculpt it that way. They actually have a optical illusion. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so last classified reveal, Kamakura ninja, green ninja. If you're there for the ninjas, he's coming. If you're not there for the ninjas, he might be a peg warmer.
Well, every so often when you're trying to get back to all these classic characters and you get about 27, 28 in, you know, you really start running out of the other 200 that should have come before Kamakura.
Any one of those G.I. Joes.
Or should we call him Green Storm Shadow or Reptile?
Well, I mean, look at all the ones that we could have got. We could have got Scrap Iron. Could have got Blowtorch. We could have got. I mean, just any of these other.
I would take Windmill before I take Kamakura.
No,
Kamakura's a
skid
stupid
mark
character. Jesus
that's
Christ.
the best. That's the best code name for all of G.I. Joe.
Skid mark. And he's all the biggest joke is he's all proud of it. I got my nickname, y'all. Dude, it's just because we can't put shit stain on a kid's cartoon. Like,
I know.
Seriously.
I know. I love that call sign. Okay.
Wow. Well, I don't understand. Butt plug loves it here. That's not a real code name. Not a real code name.
There's so many things I want to say, but I'm afraid my mom and my wife are watching.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll both get divorced and we'll have to be toy collector buddies.
I know. We'll have to move in and just
that's it. Shut the world
like
out.
the odd couple of toy collecting.